In this session, I'm going to make a draft of the documentary short film that I'm doing for this class. And I'm going to use a method that I use quite a bit when I edit, going in with no plan and just figuring it out. So instead of rushing through it, I'm going to allow you to kind of peek over my shoulder as I try to figure out this edit having no plan in mind. So here we are in Final Cut 10. I just want to tell you that even though I'm in Final Cut 10, I also use Adobe Premiere and DaVinci Resolve. And DaVinci Resolve is free, so I absolutely recommend it. Here we have the material that I'm going to use. Just going to take it all here and drag and drop it in here. There we go. Boom. So the first thing I do here is going to lift it up from the timeline. Just going to make it look like any other editing software. Final Cut 10 is kind of known for this timeline here. So for this example, I'm not going to use it because this is the purest way to show it. So here we have several shots. Let's see how long it is. See it right here. Total duration is 3 minutes. So let me just place it here. So these shots here, these are just kind of random shots I filmed on a trip with my brother to the countryside. I'm just going to make something out of it. And I haven't thought about this at all. So I'm just going to plow through it and see what happens. The first thing I'm going to show you, just for fun, is how to proxy your material. So here we have 3 minutes of sample footage. And here it is in the bin right here. So I'm just going to select all of the clips here. And then I go under File, and I go into transcode media. So when you proxy your material, Final Cut and all the other editing apps, they make smaller versions of your cuts. That means if you're running on a computer which isn't maybe the newest, then you can edit in this low resolution and it's going to go much quicker. So let's click on the proxy media here, right here. So I never do this one. This one is a little bit faulty, this codec. This one here. And here you can select the size of your proxy. And I always go into this size because it's the lightest and quickest. So I'm going to select that one and say transcode it. And then you can see up here in the corner that it is starting to transcode it for me into proxy media. So right now it has finished making the proxy. It took about 2 minutes. This is a fast computer. So let me just show you how you turn on the proxy. Let's take, for example, this shot here. Right, so this is the shot we're looking at, like so. And then you turn on the proxy by going to View. And here you can say proxy only, or you can have proxy preferred. I'm going to put proxy only, boom. And you can see the resolution drops down. But instead, there's no color wheel or slowing down in the computer. So this is all very low resolution. And then I can turn it back on by going to View. And just notice how the quality is going to change. Boom. Here we go. Okay, so this lesson here, this editing lesson, is simply meant to show you a little bit how I work. And the material we have here is just a random trip I took to the countryside with my brother. And I'm just going to make something out of nothing. So let me see. Just start by looking at the shots. And what I'm going to do here is to use first impression. So I've not looked at the material in an organized manner until now. Roll it. So this is window right here. Car is parked, okay. Car is in a town, okay. Car is in a town. I'm just doing this very disorganized on purpose and just see where the gut feeling takes me. This car is parked probably. Car in a town. I'm not sure what that is. car in a town, car in the countryside. So very quickly I'm gonna lose track on what I'm doing, but that's fine. This is probably, yeah, let's go match this one here. Well, I know what I will do to order to, let me see, make a title here. So it's called basic title right here. And you see, this is the basic title. Let's delete the text itself and just use this one here. So go here into info and do here in town. Just like that. In town. Oh, now we got a labeling system. This is in town. That's right here. Again, going very clumsy on purpose. And just showing you how helpful it can be to just go with it. So now I'm here. Let's see. This is town. I'm editing this without the audio. And then I'm going to add audio later. This is driving in the countryside. Let's go here. This one. Here we go. So, very clumsy, 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 clumsy. Car is still, I think that was here. This is a speed editing session. This is night. So we do this one here. Copy and paste it. Night. I have no idea where this is going. Just gonna make a little cut here and drag it here to make some space. This is still. This one was still. No, not this one wasn't still. This one was still. This one. Static things. Copy paste. Just go. I sincerely hope you're not learning this because this is very disorganized. I'm just trying to be as genuine as possible here. No faking, no pretending, no arty fartsy, like they say. Night, town driving. This is night. These can go out. This one is this one. This can go like so. Boom. And this one is still images, still things. This is night. Oh, we're almost done. Unbelievable. This is drive. This is amazing. We have people here. I'll just put this under people. Make a whole new category for it. There we go. Okay, where is this going? So right now I have this thing here, this chaos, and what? That's a great question. Thanks for the great question. Let me see. What am I making out of this? This is night. Okay, let's look at the night. Start with something manageable. Isolate it, and let's go deep into it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots here. The first one is dashboard here. This is dashboard. Okay. So just notice when you do this kind of exercise, kind of no thinking editing exercise, how your perfection mode rebels. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're stretching out and teasing. We're not trying to be perfect. Oh, nice. So here we have 2 shots. This is man drives. This is man turns. So let me start with man drives. Yeah. So I'm going to pretend this is the beginning of the film. Boom. 1, 2, 3. It's nice. Okay, man drives. And then I'm going to maybe see what he's looking at. Okay. So I don't have any science here. It is very, very kind of natural rhythm thinking. I just kind of sense it. Go. Nice focus stuff. 1, 2, boom. Here's somewhere on here, okay? So I'm just going one by one. This is this one, and this one. Wait, this is bright. This is dark. Okay, I'm gonna swap them. Start here. Like so. And then after I see that, I'm just gonna see if this works. Like so. Why not? Okay. So that means I'm having similar shots here to this one here. But there's clear change in light. So time passes. So after this shot, then maybe I can go, yeah, just have him turn. Car turns, room, like so. Okay, so now I'm just gonna look at what I call night. And roll it. So I'm just gonna leave it like so. This is night. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move away from night and go into countryside drive and see what happens there. So, okay, this is countryside drive. Let me move that to the side. So let's look at these shots here. The interesting thing here, you don't really need much thinking when you do this. There's something in us that knows already how to tell a story. Snow. This is not snow. Medium snow. But this is also a little bit dark. Maybe we can transition from this to the night. And this is dark also. Boom. What's that? That's sun. And that's snow. Okay, snow. What is that? This is interesting. So this is a little bit different from the others. So I'm going to put it to the side. Let me start with snow. Look at the snow shots here. One. That's a nice section here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, boom. This is the side. This is front view from the car. Front, front. So we always want to differentiate. So for example, I mean, not always, rules are meant to be broken. But in this case, I'm gonna do, this is front, and then we go to the fairy tale tool. Once upon a time, we were looking at the front of the car, and it so happened we could also see on the side of the car. Boom. And then we go, let's try this one. Roll it. This is looking good. So we have front, side, front. Let me took it here. This is side. This is side. So what if we start with this one and this one? Then we have kind of a nice differentiation, which would be, look at these shots. Side, front, side, front, side. See how it works? So there's something about this one that doesn't work. I think it is because the frame size is similar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap these two. There we go. Let's see what happens. So there wasn't enough differentiation. This seems to work fine. This works. This is fine. That's fine. Good. So now we have a little bit of drive here. So what is that here? This seems to be something else. So let's say, what about if we just start here? 1, 2, 3, boom. Here, and this one here. So this is maybe the story here is perhaps we're in a place that has no snow. And then, boom, we have snow. Let's check it out. Okay, that's good. Let's shorten a little bit. 1, 2, 3. So when I do 1, 2, 3, I'm kind of making sure that I've understood the information that is in the image. And as soon as I have, boom, I add it away from it. That way, we're always doing some kind of differentiation before the shot drops in interest. Let's go and look at it like that, okay? So here we have this section here. This is Countryside Drive. I'm just gonna double speed over it to check the rhythm. This is something that I do on a regular basis. Going double speed kind of helps me go ba-ba-boom, ba-ba-ba-boom, ba-ba-ba-boom, and so on and so forth. Rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. So here we have a little bit of darkness. Maybe we can use that to transition into the night. What was the last thing we saw? Side view, and this is frontal view. So let's go into frontal. Okay, let's skip this zoom here. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Now we have the best thing in filmmaking. We have a change, a differentiation. I'm just gonna get the night that I got here. Okay, so before I look at it, I'm gonna check the rhythm. So I go here, and then I double speed it. So right now, I'm going to check what else do we have here. Here we have people. Let's check out the people section here. Close the car, far away. So what I'm doing right now is very much checking, always thinking about differentiation. Here people are close visually. Here they are far away visually. We're inside the car and inside the car, okay? So I wonder, it's kind of nice to work with this random material. It kind of helps you think on your feet. So I'm gonna have them drive first. Let's check this out. Start here. Dashboard, a little bit too much about that, but maybe here. 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. And then go into here. Check if this edits. That's fine. Maybe a little bit later. And then I'm just gonna do it like that. So thinking about using the fairy tale tool, that is, once upon a time we're in a car, we saw a house, we saw a man in a car, and then it turned out that the man was in nature. So we can have that a little bit long, in nature, and then they went back to the car. So in the beginning we have people in car, and they're gonna end as people in car. In the middle, like if this thing here was an independent film, then we would see first act is in car, second act is out of car, third act is going back to car. Yeah. So everything has this 3-act structure, like so. So now we have people. Very nice. So we have Countryside Drive, night, and people. So I would guess that this comes before. I would say goes here, like so. Yeah. So let's look at it, double speed, and as I told you, I use it to measure the rhythm, but I also use it to make sure I don't get bored with the material or overview the material. Like so. Check it out, and double speed. out of this random material, I have made a little story. There are people here. They're looking at things in nature. They drive in nature. They see snow. They see decreased snow, and then they drive so long that they drive into the night. So we have a little fairy tale here. Let me see, what else do I have? Oh, this one's nice. Maybe we can use this one. So we're here, in the car, and then in nature. So let's place this one here. Shorten it a little bit. Let's see how long it lasts in my rhythm. Go. Okay, let me see, a little bit like so. There's a little shake there. Boom, boom. Check out this section. Natural speed. Okay, I can already see that this here is way too fast. So I'm gonna go up a 3 and go here. This is basically out of rhythm. Check it now. Go. Okay, I'm buying it. So this is in town. I'm not sure we need any of that. Well, this is nice. This is very different from what I've seen. So this is mountains on the side. So as you can notice, because I've edited these this nugget here, that when I see something like that, it's going to find a home within it. So I'm just going to look here. Where could it go? Double speed. Where can they see mountains and sea on the side? Right there. Just going to place it here, like so. There we go. See what happens? Yeah, this works. So you can see we are muscling up this section. We've almost used all the shots, which is quite amazing. So maybe we can use this one. This is probably the only one I want to use here. And I'm wondering if it can be at the top here. People. So as you can see right here, what was chaos about 15 minutes ago has turned into order. We have people, we have countryside, and we have night. Roll it. We're in a town. We see a house. We see a man in a car, and then we see the car has traveled outside of the town. The people are outside the car. People go back into the car. We see the sea, the countryside, and so on and so forth. Another reason why I often edit without any sound, not even music, is I want the edit to be clear visually before I add the sound, because adding the sound is one of my favorite things. So I can use it to encourage myself to have something to look forward to, like a kid on Christmas. Okay, so we've made a little short film out of nothing. So here we have the final result of this edit session, and we're rolling this film here for that 1 minute that it is. So later on we're gonna use this edit sample when we go into coloring and some sound work.